I can assure you that your life is not boring. You're just ungrateful. Your life is not boring. Your screen time is just ridiculously high. Your life is not boring. You just refuse to leave your house. Your life is not boring. You just can't go anywhere unless somebody holds your hand and goes with you. Your life is not boring. You just refuse to romanticize it. Okay, let's talk, girl, because we need to understand that life is what you make it. Yes, there are things that are out of our control, but for the most part, God has given us control over quite a few things in our life. Why would we sit and be unhappy when there are so many opportunities for us to get up and enjoy the life that we've been given? If you're new here, hi, I'm Genesis. I make videos for the girlies who are trying to thrive in their 20s. So I'm going to give you 7 mindset shifts that you need to make in order to stop being ungrateful and to start enjoying your life. These are going to be very practical things that you can do starting today, and these are all things that I already do. I'm not gonna waste my time wishing I had this and wishing things were this way. No, none of that. I'm going to enjoy where I am and what I have right now, today. So let's get into it. If you know me, you know I love a good list, okay? I love listing things out, and that is the first thing that you need to do. Make a list. And it's not just any list. This is going to be a list of 10 things that make you happy. I have mine in my notes app and I absolutely love it. I made it, I think, in college. And I know, like, everything that I just said in the intro, I know, like, I just said all of that, but I also want to acknowledge how hard life is and how crazy our world is, especially right now. Things do get very sad and things do get very bleak. But having this list allows you to have different activities and items in stock that you know will instantly allow you to feel better whenever life does get hard. These are things that you can automatically do to lift your mood and help you feel better about your life. So I know that the girlies are now calling this like a dopamine menu, especially on TikTok, and I absolutely love that thinking. It really is just a list of items that you can pick from to help you, boost your dopamine. I like to have a mix of paid and free activities and items on there. That way I don't have to spend money every time I feel sad. So if you want to do that, you can. So some things that I have on mine is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A instantly boosts my mood, okay? I love me some Chick-fil-A. I also have going for a 30-minute walk. This is something I love to do in the spring and the summer. If I just go like 30 minutes, go on a walk, clear my mind, I feel so much better. I also have making a playlist. I love to make a playlist and just think of like a theme or like, I don't know, just think of something to like base that playlist around. I love doing that. And then I also have naps because you can never go wrong with a nap. If you know me, you know I love a good nap, okay? Alrighty, I look terrible. Hey y'all, it's like 8 p.m. in the evening. I've been here all day at home and I do not feel my best right now. And yeah, I'm just kind of down. So I went and got myself some Chick-fil-A. So I know I talked to you guys about having like a list of things that make you happy, and on my list of things that make me happy is Chick-fil-A. So I decided to eat out tonight and get myself some Chick-fil-A. I also ordered myself a treat. So they now have like frosted sodas. I used to love their frosted lemonades in college. I would drink them all the time with all of my meals, my Chick-fil-A meals. I would always get a frosted lemonade. So I want to try out their frosted sodas and see if I like it. So this is the frosted cherry Coke because I like cherry Coke more than regular Coke. So let's see. You know what? That's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually more refreshing than I thought. That's actually so good. I love it. That's really good. And then got a bag full of different sauces. I get Chick-fil-A and Polynesian sauce, of course, but I also get ranch. If y'all have never had ranch with your fries, you're missing out. And I also get this one. This is the honey roasted barbecue. I love this one on my sandwiches and stuff. So good. And then I got fries, of course. Chick-fil-A has the best fries. I got a small mac and cheese. Can you believe this is a small? That's crazy. And it's hot. Oh my god. And then I got the deluxe chicken sandwich with the pepper jack. Gotta get pepper jack always. So as you can see, I have a full meal here. So I'm gonna turn on a movie and get to chowing down. Okay, I had my mic on, but it wasn't connected to my camera, so the audio might sound different. Sorry about that. Okay, the next thing that you can do to help you enjoy your life more is to be grateful. And I know that sounds cringe and cliche, but it's true. We need to be more grateful. And I like to start off my devotion routine, my journaling routine, with 3 things that I am grateful for every time that I do it. And I think that really helps me to put things in perspective. So you might want to do this, you know, in your notes app or on a piece of paper every morning or every evening, but just list out 3 things that you are grateful for. This is gonna really help you reframe the way that you see things in your life, which is so needed sometimes. Sometimes it's not about what we have or don't have, it's about our perspective. And I think making a list of things that you are grateful for helps you change your perspective on things. Because believe it or not, we are so privileged and we are so blessed, and sometimes we just can't see it. And I think making a gratitude list helps with that. It also reminds me of like the Winnie the Pooh memes on Pinterest. I don't know if y'all have seen it. I absolutely love Winnie the Pooh. That's my favorite Disney character. So when I saw these memes, I absolutely love it. All right, so one that I think is really popular and we see all the time, one of the memes says, "What a privilege it is to be overwhelmed by a life I once prayed for." Like, so it's just like the reframing of things that I really love. Another one says, "What a privilege it is to wake up with another chance to try again." So I just really love those Winnie the Pooh memes. Search them up, save them to your phone so that you can have them. What we focus on and our perspective on things will dictate what we feel and what we do. And I will be honest, I have a very like negative view. Like, I am biased to be negative. I tend to automatically default to negative thinking, which I have really worked hard to like unlearn. And one of the ways I did that is through the gratitude list. So definitely try to incorporate that into your day-to-day somehow. The next mindset shift that you need to have is to release perfectionism. Shout out to all my perfectionists. That was once me. I'm no longer one of those. We don't realize the amount of mental effort it takes to want everything to be perfect all the time. One of the revelations that I had in college is that things don't have to be perfect. God just has to be in it. And that makes it all okay. And honestly, being a perfectionist really means that you have a control problem. And having a control problem actually means that you have an anxiety fear problem. You're scared. You feel the need to have everything be perfect and control everything because really deep down you're afraid of what's going to happen if you don't control every little thing. And you probably need to be in therapy. Either way, we can start being more grateful when we let go of the need for everything to be just exactly how we want it to be. We have to learn how to accept things as they are and be okay with the outcome and know that whatever the result is, we will be just fine. So here's the practical thing that you can do whenever you have to do something, or whenever, you know, something's coming up. Just let it happen. Just do what you have to do. Let it be messy, let it be imperfect, let it be all the things, and you'll see that you will be just fine after. Okay, the next mindset shift is to forget people. Okay, forget people. A lot of us need to let go of the need to have social validation, which is honestly so crazy to me that there are still people out there who care about what other people think of them. Too grown for that. But it's so true. Like, some of us will wear things, eat things, buy things, go to certain places just because we've seen everyone else doing it. Like, because that's what everybody else is doing, we're gonna go and do that too. We do it just because we want people to see us, or because we want people to be jealous of us, which is so weird. And a lot of us are afraid to do things the way we want to do it and in our own style and with our own, like, you know, effort, because we're afraid of how people will react or what people will think. That's weird. That's so weird to me. Stop trying to look cool. Stop trying to be cool for other people. That's so weird that you still do that at your big grown age. Imagine being a whole adult and you still feel the need to get permission from society to dress a certain way or to be a certain way. Let go. Who cares? Live life on your own terms. Do not let other people decide for you. Take a deep breath and then ask yourself, what is it that I want? What is it that I like? and follow that. The next mindset shift, I think this is number 5, hopefully. Okay, so this one is to find joy in the little things, and I absolutely love doing this. We have to make every positive thing a really big deal. And I think for us, we tend to do the opposite. We tend to make the negative things a big deal and then forget about the smaller, more positive things. We need to flip this around. We have to look at the smaller things and make a big deal out of them. And this is like a huge movement that we're having on the internet, where we're wanting to romanticize every part of our life, and I don't see anything wrong with it. Make everything good in your life, big or small, most importantly the small, a big deal. So cute coffee mugs, right? Getting a cute hobby, like adding in accessories and cute little charms to the things that you own. Like, yes, small stuff like that we need to be majoring in. That's what needs to be in the forefront of all of our minds. Take every little small act that you do day to day and make it a big deal and romanticize it. Like, I have to go grocery shop, so I'm going to get the cutest little outfit to go grocery shopping in. I'm going to make myself a matcha before I go. I'm going to use the cutest little shopping bag at Aldi's to put my groceries in. I'm gonna listen to a cutie little playlist. I make every little thing, every positive thing, a big deal, and I romanticize the heck out of it. And that is one, like, very immediate way you can start to love your life. Hi. Oh my god. I just ate a cupcake and it had green icing, so my tongue is green. But hello. So we are going to romanticize our day today. Y'all saw a little bit of how I was choosing to romanticize my morning. I had a really nice morning. I woke up late. I woke up around 8:30, which is late for me because usually I wake up like 5:36. So I woke up 8:30 and then I had my coffee on the couch with my blanket. It was really nice. Watched some YouTube. I love watching things in the morning. It just feels like a luxury to me. Like, what do you mean you have time in the morning to sit and watch TV? Like, that's a luxury. Like, that's that's romantification. Is that a word? I don't know. And then I also got to plan out March this morning, and I romanticized that. You know, candle, coffee, fancy highlighters. Yeah, so we're gonna romanticize the rest of this day. I'm gonna take a nice shower. We're going to get dressed in something cute, and then we are going to head out to do some window shopping. We're gonna stop and get matcha. Then we're gonna do some window shopping. Old Navy, I just saw they have all of these different sets out for spring, like matching sets, so we're gonna go look at those, and then we're gonna come back and we might do some reading, but like outside, because it's so warm outside. So yeah, I'm very excited, very excited. Yeah, this is how you romanticize your life, you guys. You just do small little things that make you happy. So like, I'm not doing anything crazy, you know, I'm not going anywhere fancy, but I'm doing what I can to enjoy the rest of my afternoon. So yeah, let's go do that. Okay, speaking of love, another way to enjoy the life that you have is to love yourself. You have to learn how to accept your insecurities to do this, okay? So look at all the things that you maybe don't like about yourself and just accept them, and then find ways to improve them. That's a very important part. We should be continuously improving and evolving, and the people who tend to be the most miserable or the most unhappy are those who get stuck and stagnant. A lot of us do have things that we don't like about ourselves, and then we just sit and become jealous and bitter about it, when really we should be looking for ways to improve those things. So whatever it is that we don't like, we need to go and read up and research on how to improve. So what I like to do is that if I don't like the way that I spend too much, I'm going to listen to podcasts and find YouTube videos and books to help me stop doing that. If I don't like the way that I do my hair, I'm going to get on TikTok, I'm going to get on Instagram and find out how to do it better. Like, look at what makes you insecure about yourself and figure out how to make it better. You need to evolve. Okay, and this is the last mindset shift, and this is to trust God. A lot of times we're unhappy with our lives because we are upset with God, and we are upset with the way that things are going, and it's not going the way we want it to. I am very guilty of this, very guilty. But we become more grateful for our life, and we become more happy with our life when we accept that ultimately God is in control and He wants what's good for us. We have to trust that His plan and that His purpose for us is beautiful and it's lovely and it's good. We also have to trust that all of those things will unfold in due time and in the time that He wants it to. And sometimes that can be hard. We want things when we want them, which is now, right? But we have to trust that God will make everything beautiful and everything perfect in its time. So what I like to do is whenever I do my journaling routine, whenever I do my devotion, I will write and I will say out loud, God, I trust that, and then I fill in the blank. So if I'm worried about something at work, I will say, God, I trust that blank, 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 this is what you allow to happen at work. Or God, I trust that this, and God, I trust that, and then, you know, I'll say what I need to hear or what I need to trust Him with. And I think that really, really helps. But yeah, we just have to lean on Him and know that He's working it out, and we can put our faith and believe that He's got our backs. So those are the 7 mindset shifts that you need to make in order to stop thinking that you live this boring, miserable life and start being grateful and happy with the life that you have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like and comment and subscribe for the next video. I'm having so much fun making these. I know that I've been doing one kind of like every month. I will try to up the quantity and maybe produce more, we'll see. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Love you all. I will see you in the next one.